when I was involved in Mount Pinatubo volcanic eruption in the Philippines, the Navy, to me, seemed to take the lead on getting everybody out of there. Because when that thing happened, I think the president said everything, every military asset, commercial asset in that region head to the Philippines. Well, why couldn't they do that for Hurricane Katrina? I didn't understand that. Everything came to the Philippines when Mount Pinatubo blew. Navy ships, and I don't want to say it was as bad as Hurricane Katrina, but it was just as challenging. You're talking about volcanic ash. You can't just travel through volcanic ash, just like they couldn't just travel through water. But they were able to do it. They did it. But what I saw with Hurricane Katrina was just non-action. I saw non-action. Like I said, I've been involved with a lot of military humanitarian missions, so I know what we're capable of. I know what our people are capable of. It just seems like our people were not given the green light to do anything. I just didn't understand that. I was just so frustrated behind that. And it caused me to really rethink America and the fact that we're helping all these people around the world when it comes to, natural disasters and calamities. But when it comes to us, our own people, I don't think we give the same effort. It's like we don't give that same effort. It's almost like we do it for folks in other countries for, how can I put this? Um, it's almost like, America's known for, spreading democracy around the world and spreading freedom around the world and things like that. It's almost like America they do that around the world to spread that instead of spreading, um, instead of saving their own people, here in New Orleans. It's almost like they want to be goodwill ambassadors around the world, let people know, oh, we're America and we'll help you in time of need. We'll drop everything. But it didn't happen in Katrina. I'm sorry, it did not happen in Hurricane Katrina. A lot of people lost their lives, a lot of suffering, a lot of devastation, and I just didn't understand why the green light was not given to get the right resources in there to help those people. Even to this day, I have flashbacks, man, because on TV they're starting to show a lot of the images, a lot of the photos, videos, and I just get flashbacks to that horrible time, and I get angry all over again. Because I don't understand why the green light was not given to maximize resources heading over to that region. I just didn't get it. And keep in mind, Mount Pinatubo blew in 1991. 1991 is when it blew. And that's when the Navy took over. They sent every type of Navy ship there. They sent commercial airplanes. They sent everything there to try to get it evacuated. Over 20,000 people. And did a damn good job of it. And keep in mind, this is 1991. So, Hurricane Katrina happened, what, 2005? So you would think by then, we should have gotten our shit together in terms of, quick response and planning and coordinating. And lessons learned, man. You know what I'm saying? After so many humanitarian missions, but it's just like, when it came to us and our own country, it's like everybody was just like a deer in headlights. Like, what do we do? What do we do? It's not a foreign country, it's our own country. Well, you go in and save the damn people. You give them hope. You give them an opportunity. You give them a chance. A lot of people had no chances, man. They had no chances. It's easy to get news cameras in there and all over the place, seeing all this stuff, but you couldn't get pallets of food in there. You know what I'm saying? I saw all these military vehicles after a couple of days start driving through the waters, and they're you got the water rescue boats and all this type of stuff. You got a couple of helicopters there, but it still was nothing compared to what I've seen us provide in other countries overseas. It does not compare. It does not compare. I just didn't get it. You can get all that military hardware in there, but you can't get the people out, or you can't get food in. I didn't understand that. There'll be people that will probably respond to this and say, well, that was different, blah, 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 blah. There'll be a lot of excuses for it. Well, you have your right to your excuses. And my opinion is based on my experiences. I have receipts for the humanitarian missions I've been on. I have receipts for the pallet drops and, getting supplies in very challenging places. I have receipts for evacuating thousands of people out of destruction and disaster. I've got receipts for that. But what I don't have a receipt for is the reasons why we couldn't do the same damn thing in New Orleans for Hurricane Katrina. That'll be debated for years. Again, that was in 2005. We're 20 years past that now. Doesn't mean it still is not impacting and affecting people, but questions still remain on, what happened. In my opinion, I think America failed the people in New Orleans. They failed the people who were impacted by Hurricane Katrina. And I'm saying that as a proud American. I'm saying as a proud American. I'm saying as a proud veteran. We failed New Orleans. We failed the victims of Hurricane Katrina. We failed them. We failed them based on what I know that we can do, what I've seen us do in other countries. We failed them. I just didn't get it. I just didn't get it. So with that, I'm gonna let you go. I just thought I'd chime in and give my 2 cents on, the thoughts that are popping back up in my head about Hurricane Katrina. And it was just a horrific, horrific tragedy. It's I hope to never repeat something like that again in our country, but unfortunately, with the climate patterns and climate change and all the other weather changes around the world, we can expect more things like that. We had the floods in Houston some years ago. We've had the floods here in Central Texas months ago. So we're starting to have unprecedented weather patterns, which calls for us to get our ass at a table and sit there and figure out how do we respond to these tragedies on our own soil, particularly no matter how challenging it is. I don't give a damn if it's volcanic ash, if it's water. I don't give a damn what it is. We can go to outer space, but we can't go to New Orleans. I don't get it. We can go to Antarctica, but we can't go to New Orleans. I don't get it. Somebody make it make sense. So for the people of New Orleans, I'm still praying for y'all. The people that are affected by Hurricane Katrina, my prayers still go up for y'all. But in ending this, I will say there was no excuse. As a proud Air Force member, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. Y'all take care. Eric Brown, MOBO-Media. Bye-bye.